Time to do the job. Time to do the job! Behold the jobber of jobbers. Daniel Jobber.
What's up, everybody? This is the Edmonton Area's own D-Job, Daniel Jobber. Finally back on the network with a special episode of my new series, The Jobbing Out with Daniel Jobber WWE Report. And this is a special Royal Rumble edition, Royal Rumble weekend edition, pardon me, because I finally get at it right a little late for the week. My predictions will be coming up just before the show, but it's basically it's the morning of the Royal Rumble, so it's just after NXT TakeOver last night and the Royal Rumble today, so I'm going to, of course, talk about an amazing NXT TakeOver last night and give my predictions for the Rumble tonight. If any of you are hearing this on the Backbreaker Media, which I'm proudly back affiliated with, this show will obviously be after the fact, but I just, as to remind you, this predictions video is, the predictions of this video were before the Royal Rumble, so they are legitimate predictions. The Rumble is tonight, and I'm really looking forward to it. Have some beers, have a friend over, really enjoy what I hope is going to be the best Rumble in a couple of years anyways. So, but anyways, I got to talk about an insane NXT TakeOver Philadelphia last night. I mean, I've seen better NXT TakeOvers overall, but some of those matches last night and that main event, oh man, a work of art. I look forward to talking about it. In fact, I like that main event so much, I'm thinking about actually doing a reactions video of me watching it live and commentating on it as the match goes on, because the match was a work of art from beginning right to when the show went off the air. So, but anyways, I'm going to start off by reviewing it, or actually before I get into NXT TakeOver, I'm going to just do a couple of things going on in the WWE. Actually, I just announced it a minute ago that looking like Bobby Lashley is not going to re-sign, and that there's rumors of him heading to the WWE, so wouldn't that be the most exciting signing in a long time? In fact, there's rumors of him actually maybe being a rival to Brock Lesnar, which, I mean, he's one of the guys that has the size to actually stand up to Lesnar and look convincing, although, I don't know, I'm pretty sure WrestleMania is still supposed to be Roman Reigns' final encounter or chance to actually have a proper match with Brock Lesnar that he didn't get a couple of years ago. But hey, we'll see what happens. Bobby Lashley signing would be absolutely huge. Looking forward to seeing news if that actually does happen. Also, of course, the Mixed Match Challenge I got a chance to watch this week. I've been treated to a lot of great wrestling. Actually, I just watched a lot of it in the last 24 hours. The second match of it was Big E and Carmella, and man, when they came out with the New Day and Carmella, her with her Money in the Bank briefcase, and the New Day all little tiny Money in the Bank briefcases all dancing, Carmella should work with the New Day more often. That was really cool. I actually really enjoyed watching that entrance. And then, of course, they're against The Miz and Asuka, which automatically makes them the favorites in the tournament because Asuka is still being undefeated. I can't see her losing the Mixed Match Challenge, so I expect her and Miz to win. And the match was actually really fun to watch that. Carmella was acting like she was all scared of Asuka, and really she did a pretty good job of that. The Miz and Big E had some fun things together. New Day doing his New Day shtick and everything, and of course Carmella ends up eventually getting a few good shots in on Asuka before Asuka finally finishes her off. And yeah, of course, the Miz and Asuka win and move on in the tournament as we expected. But that was a really fun match. I would urge you to check it out because it looks like the Mixed Match Challenge is, even though it doesn't mean anything, it's a lot of fun to watch. And that's the second one in a week that's been fun to watch. So I expect them to keep going on being entertaining matches. But anyways, that's I think that's all I wanted to touch on in WWE. There's lots going on. I'm going to cover more of the overall events of WWE over the next, or normally in these reports, but there's just too much going on this weekend with the Royal Rumble. And of course, next week I'll also have my Royal Rumble review. I expect to do a review of the Royal Rumble anyways. I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to talk about it after tonight. But first things first, I want to review that amazing NXT TakeOver Philadelphia last night. So anyways, the show, did I mention it was in Philadelphia? The crowd was into it and it was fun and yeah, great show, great crowd. And it started off with the Tag Team Championships. Authors of Pain finally getting their rematch, of course, with Paul Ellering against Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Undisputed Era. Of course, them with Adam Cole, the hot new talent signed in NXT, winning the championship right away after Adam Cole had the big victory in the Battleground, at the Battleground pay-per-view. This was a pretty solid match. Get to see a different side of AOP because early on, they started off, of course, beating the crap out of Fish and O'Reilly, as you'd expect. But then it looks like Akam hurts his leg. And, yeah, I know, as his legs starts to ache him. Anyways, hurts his leg, and, of course, the Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly start to take advantage of that and go after the leg, and he spends a good deal of match selling his injured leg. It's good to see a different side of Authors of Pain, fighting from a negative or a disadvantaged position instead of always being the dominant overdogs, you know. And so most of the match, he's selling his injury. That gives Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly a lot of chance to work him over especially. And that went on for a while, and it was interesting. It almost looked like they had vulnerabilities. And of course, finally Akam tags in Razor, and Razor comes in, and it's a hot tag, and he's just cleaning up, beating the crap out of Fish and O'Reilly, and the way it should be. I mean, because Fish and O'Reilly are not your traditional, you know, big bruising heels. They're cunning heels, kind of like the Miz. And yeah, he's beating the crap out of them, and then the match gets kind of crazy. It was a fun match to watch. And then near the end, Authors of Pain looked like they're finally going to dominate and win back the title, and they each pick up their guy, and you can still see Akam's leg bothering a little bit, but he's managing it well. Really good selling job. I was impressed with Akam. You don't expect a big bruising guy like that to do a good selling job on an injured leg, but he really did good. But anyway, they did their toast to the two guys and slammed him into the mat. And then somehow, I can't remember how it exactly happened, but they end up back on their feet. And I remember it's Fish O'Reilly knocks Akam into Razor, who's standing just outside the ropes, and knocks him off the ropes and probably into the railing or into the ground, rolls over Akam into a leverage pin, and gets the 3 count on Akam. I guess the injured leg must have had, the story was that it might have had something to do with it. Gets the pin, and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly use their underhanded win as a cunning heels tactic to retain the NXT Tag Team Championship. And it was kind of neat to see this cunning side of Fish and O'Reilly, because really they're not going to be expected to win a lot of matches by overpowering anybody. They're going to have to think and strategize their way out of matches, maybe do a bit of heel tactics. But really, it was a solid match. No ridiculous underhanded heel tactics to the by the normal definition of that. And man, were the fans behind Authors of Pain, they're definitely the baby faces, which is quite a turn from when they were originally in NXT and they were attacking people and the fans were booing them. They've really come full turn as top baby faces. I mean, it's quite possible we could see them in the WWE pretty soon. They are looking like they're ready to come WWE, and they get a huge pop from the crowd. So hopefully we're going to see Authors of Pain in the WWE soon, maybe by WrestleMania, or usually just after WrestleMania is when it happens. But anyways, yeah, very solid match. I gave it a solid B. Great way to open up the show. High energy, exciting, great tag team championship match. But no, I mean, I'm not going to say it was anywhere near match of the night or anything, because there's far better matches to come. But yeah, very solid, good tag team match. And then we have Cassius, oh no, against Velveteen Dream, the new hot up and comer, who had that great match in a losing effort against and it actually called it Feud of the Year in one of the polls or whatever. I can't remember what that was on, and that was against Aleister Black, and of course, very, very solid match he had there. And of course, in this one, of course, he's really putting on the "Say My Name" shtick. And this one, he has an interview saying he's going to beat Cassius Ohno and knock him out in 30 seconds and stuff. And it's kind of weird. And the match starts, and I don't know. I wasn't really into the new things that Velveteen Dream brought to the table. I really like the character, but he's really like he's trying to be someone like a Mayweather. Like he was trying to act like he's this big boxer and gonna knock you. Mama gonna knock you out. And of course he gets a few great shots in the first 30 seconds, knocks him on the ground, and he's bouncing up and down like the boxer who just got the big knockout in 30 seconds. Didn't do it for me. And then of course Cassius Ohno comes out and gets a big vicious shot in and takes him to the ground and basically puts an end to his "I'm gonna knock you out in 30 seconds" thing. I don't know, the Mayweather gimmick, I don't think that adds anything to his character. I think he should just be Velveteen Dream, the over the top, and what's the term I use to describe him? What's the term? He's not darn it, I had a term I was using to describe the Velveteen Dream kind of gimmick. I don't know what the term is. It's I'm just at a loss for the word. Basically, he's trying to almost like the Gold Dust kind of idea, where he's trying to be fabulous and mysterious, and I don't know, just that gimmick of I'm important, say my name, I'm beautiful and amazing, and you can't touch me. I like that side of Velveteen Dream a lot better than this boxer that, he comes out in boxing shorts, and so it's like he's trying to be, like I said, Mayweather, and that's just not who I see when I see Velveteen Dream. I see a very, I just want to say there's a beauty to his character, or an art. If I think of the term later on, I'll say what it is. It's not coming to me right now, but just that beautiful side of his character, almost like I said, Gold Dust in his prime when he was creating that beauty and almost creepy, sexy kind of shtick there that he says to me. But anyways, it was a solid match. It was enjoyable, but it could have been better because the match was so predictable. I mean, the trouble with Cassius Ohno now is nobody really expects him to win on a pay-per-view. He's pretty much a jobber to the stars, and I mean, it's entertaining to watch him, and like this guy's kind of marshmallowing out a little bit. If he marshmallowed out anymore, I think he'd be in a Ghostbusters movie or something. But he's still got his moves. He got some great moves in, looking like he's still got it. He went toe to toe with Velveteen Dream, made it a very entertaining match, and it just went on, and I really don't think it needed to, because it wasn't fooling anybody. It almost like it was starting to become filler because nobody was any doubts who was going to win the match. And of course, it wasn't 30 seconds, so obviously at that point, that was out. They really should have ended or had a plan for it to end earlier. What I think they really should have done is had Velveteen Dream says, "You know what? I don't think you can go 10 minutes with me in the ring. I'm just too amazing," and stuff like that. And then had the match. And if you can go 10 minutes with me, you win. That would have been a better match. Like, try to go 10 minutes with the Velveteen Dream. And, of course, Cassius Ohno can say, "I can do that in my sleep." And then they battle it out, and the match goes just over 10 minutes, and Velveteen Dream... it goes just under 10 minutes. Looks like he's going to make the 10 minutes, and then Velveteen Dream hits his finisher, gets the pin. I think that would have been a better story than, "I'm going to knock you out in 30 seconds, and then, I don't know, some 15 minutes later, finally... we get what we expected anyways, and Velveteen Dream wins. But anyways, he good match, back and forth. Finally, Velveteen Dream takes down Cassius Ohno, hits his Macho Man elbow, which, I mean, let's be honest, wrestling fans are very, I don't know, I'm not going to say forgiving, very accepting and imaginative. Face it, it's basically been an armpit smash all these years. There's really no elbow to it. It's pretty much the Macho Man armpit drop. But anyways, it was That need to look like the Macho Man or elbow smash. Or he doesn't do his straight hands up straight in the air kind of thing. He does a little bit different. But yeah, he basically does his Macho Man elbow to finish the match, gets the 3 count. Everything you expected. I don't think Cassius Ohno ever said his name, though. So the say my name thing never came to pass in this one. So I don't know. It was a good match. I give it a C+. I think it could have been better. You lose the Mayweather gimmick of Mr. Velveteen Dream and just be yourself. Be the character that you were against Aleister Black. And they should have said, you can't go 10 minutes with me and had the match go 9.5 minutes. Shorter would have been better. There was no doubt who was going to win. Cassius Ohno, unless he starts beating people breathingly, he's not going to beat any major star in the pay-per-view. He's basically got the same role that Tyler Breeze used to have, so except he's a babyface. So yeah, it was good. Could have been better. That was definitely the worst match of the night in my opinion, but it was entertaining enough. Still made for a better match than a lot of the matches on a lot of the WWE shows. So, and then the NXT Women's Championship match. Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler, the Mae Young Classic runner-up. I'm not really sure what's happened to Kylie Sane, why Kylie Sane wasn't getting a title match here, but I have to look into that. I haven't been watching NXT as much lately. But anyway, Shayna Baszler and Ember Moon. This was a pretty dang good, solid match. They're really selling up Shayna Baszler as a fighter and a brawler and a master of submission holds, just everything she would have been when she was an actual fighter. It was pretty impressive. And Ember Moon, not trying to look like a dominant, vicious champion who's not going to lose the way Asuka did. She looked very vulnerable. Spent the whole match doing one of the best-selling jobs I've seen in a while, selling her injured arm, screaming in pain and writhing in pain and rolling. Great acting job, and Ember Moon can really sell an injury and really looking like she wasn't going to win this match, that she wasn't going to survive. And, of course, Shayna Baszler constantly playing it up with her submission holds. Some really great moves in this match, too. Ember Moon did get some really good moves in, including her big finisher there, but, of course, her arm was so hurt, she's laying in the ground, writhing in pain. Beautiful. I mean, if I didn't know it was a kayfabe injury, I would believe it. It was very well done. She put on a really good show that had me convinced that she knew how to sell an injury. Anyways, and of course, in the end, Baszler continues to get these submission holds, and you just swear Ember Moon's going to tap out one of these times, but you can see it in her face. She's not gonna. And then finally, she turns one of the submission holds when you think she can't take anymore into a rollover. Gets a really good leverage on her legs. Gets to 1, 2, 3, and retains the NXT Women's Championship. You can see Shayna Baszler was like stunned and like, oh, I can't believe that. How did that happen to me? It was beautifully done. I mean, I certainly wasn't the typical ending to a women's championship match where you expect to see some kind of an amazing finisher. So certainly wasn't trying to be match of the night by any means. But really well done, because Ember Moon going 1 minute from thinking she's nothing left. Her arm is too badly injured. She's going to tap out to the submission hold, to rolling over for the pin to retain her championship. So, and it's probably too soon for Ember Moon to drop the title anyways. I mean, Shayna Baszler, though, man, she really did a good job of making this all about Shayna Baszler tonight. I think we're going to see a lot more of Baszler. With Asuka, it seemed like the women's division was really suffering because Asuka was so dominant, and they just couldn't make these other women look like they belonged with her. Ember Moon did a great job of making Shayna Baszler look like a real deal. And that's only going to make the women's division stronger, having a champion of Ember Moon, who's mostly babyface, almost a little bit on the heel side, because some of the antics and her persona presents herself as being a little bit on the dark side, and yet vulnerable, beatable. Wins matches by whatever means she can, but not underhanded and heelish, just smart. Smart wrestling and smart victories. That's only going to strengthen the women's division, so I'm looking forward to seeing more from Ember Moon. I think they really, and of course, and as Ember Moon was leaving the ring and trying to get out of there with her title, Shayna Baszler finally says, this is crazy, I'm not done here. I'm not finished with you yet! And runs out of the ring and attacks Ember Moon and takes her out again. And, of course, it's not like Braun Strowman where they can't hold him back. I mean, they do manage to get Shayna Baszler off of Ember Moon. And and get her, out of the ringside area and give Ember Moon a chance to writhe in pain again, and finally they can help her out and take her off the floor. But yeah, you can see this is not over, man. And in fact, this could really lead to I think a submission match at WrestleMania, or sorry, TakeOver New Orleans would be very much in order for this feud. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to have them face each other again. I mean, unless, like I said, Kairi Sane might deserve another shot there somewhere. But if I had to pick a match for TakeOver New Orleans, I'd say these two in a submission match. Because really, you got to think that's going to seriously favor Baszler, and that's going to put Ember Moon even more back at the wall, which is what you want in an NXT Championship match when you have a babyface champion, is to have the champion look like there's no guarantees, or you expect that they might be in tough and might lose. That's the best best babyface championship matches at an event like a WrestleMania, which TakeOver New Orleans will be. So anyways, I gave that match a B+. Still not even one of the top 2 matches of the night, though, as good as that match was, because then we have Aleister Black, the first Warlock character that I've ever seen. Plays that role pretty darn well, but he's looking like a pretty good babyface. He's looking more down to earth, yet still mystical. I don't know how he does it, but he plays that character really well versus how does he do it? Or does he go, I am Adam Cole, or whatever? I don't know how he does it, but he had the crowd doing that twice in the match. I have to. I thought I had it in my memory. I was going to do that for you, but Adam Cole's thing with the crowd, even as a heel, really gets them into it. They love their Adam Cole. Anyway, this is an Extreme Rules match, so anything goes, anyone goes, of course, as the case may be as well. And of course, it's a grudge match because Aleister Black should have had his chance at the NXT Championship, but Adam Cole took it all away. And of course, Adam Cole being the winner of the final victory guy in the Battleground pay-per-view, is really coming on. So this match, you don't know who's going to win. You think Aleister Black's going to win, but at the same time, Adam Cole's on a rise, and you never know. Maybe this is finally the time Aleister Black could lose, which is what you want, of course, when you have a babyface up-and-comer in a match. You want people to wonder if he can actually win this one. So anyways, it was pretty dang good. It was one of the better or best Extreme Rules matches I've seen. They started off early on grabbing kendo sticks, and Aleister Black throws his kendo stick away, and then, of course, Adam Cole's looking like, is he stupid? I got a kendo stick here, man. This is going to be easy. And he goes to swing at him, and Aleister Black ducks underneath and gets a beautiful kick in on him. But then Aleister Black gets a little too crazy and does a springboard attack or something like that, I believe it was. And springboards right into a somersault and Adam Cole catches him with a whack right across the back with the kendo stick. Beautifully done with the weapons there. And then, of course, it goes on, and they're battling back and forth in a damn good match. Each one takes a turn putting a table by the ring corner. So by this point, at some point, they have the 2 tables back or side by side right by the ring corner. And then they start getting out chairs, and all while they're battling it out. Especially now, the only knock against this match was the predictability. There's some predictability to what was going to happen. But, it's hard to have an Extreme Rules match where you set stuff up with foreign objects like tables and stuff without having some predictability. But anyways, heck of a match. And, of course, late in the match, Aleister Black is on the ring corner trying to hit some kind of move, and Adam Cole knocks him off into the 2 tables, one of which he set up himself, right through the tables. As, of course, you expect to happen at some point. But you almost thought it would have been, Adam Cole going through the table. And no, Aleister Black. So it adds some tension. And, of course, then I know they're setting up tables in the ring, or chairs in the ring at some point. And around this time, as if Aleister Black wasn't facing enough adversity, in come Fish and O'Reilly. And they start beating the crap out of Aleister Black while Adam Cole recovers in the ring. And they clear off the announce table. And they look like they're about to take Aleister Black right to the announce table. And who comes out? Sanity comes out to interfere. I think it was all 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Or at the very least, I know that they mentioned that Eric Young, I believe, was there. And oh, what's the big guy's name? I hate when I can't remember a name. I can't. Boy, my NXT brain is off. I can't think of the big guy from Sanity. I mean, Sanity comes out, bit the save, take out Fish and O'Reilly. They're gone out of the picture. And then, of course, finally at this point, Adam Cole realizes that Aleister Black hasn't moved the whole time. He's laying right by the announce table. And so he goes out of the ring to finish him off and goes to do the suplex to the announce table. But at that point, Aleister Black will have none of it, pushes him away into the announce table, and what just beautifully does, a double flying knee, driving his knees and Adam Cole right through the announce table. One of the better ways I've seen a person put the announce table, a double flying knee. Just the chaos and the destruction and the carnage. This match was so much fun to watch. And then, of course, he throws Adam Cole back into the ring. They're getting chairs set up. I think Adam Cole gets the upper hand again and sets up 2 chairs and tries to suplex Aleister Black on it. Aleister Black didn't take a lot of bumps for whatever reason, except for that one with the kendo stick. It seemed like Adam Cole is like take a difficult bump god or something. I'll explain a little more of that in a minute. But anyways, Adam Cole sets up the 2 tables, fails to suplex Aleister Black into them, and then a little later on, Aleister Black actually, what did he do to I can't remember what move he did, but it must have been some kind of a suplex, I believe. It suplexes Adam Cole's back into the top of the chairs, and it hits the middle of Adam Cole's back, and it looked pretty flush. I don't know how the heck Adam Cole's back was able to handle this. Oh, I totally missed a spot, too. Before that, Adam Cole also set up a ladder in the corner while Aleister Black was setting up his table. And Aleister Black actually, I don't know, some kind of a suplex as well, or flipped. Adam Cole landed back first on the ladder as well, set up in the corner. I don't know how Adam Cole's back can take all this. It was right on his, and especially with those 2 tables back to back, right in the middle of his spine. Adam Cole's spine is like iron or something. I don't know how the heck he can take these bumps. Or he's just got some stuntman ability that he just knows how to land on chairs, because Aleister Black didn't take any of that. It was all Adam Cole. And Adam Cole sells the pain of this beautifully. And of course, you believe it hurts. I mean, so why would he not be selling this pain? It was ridiculous. And then shortly after that, you think finally Aleister Black is finished and Adam Cole's gonna finish him off. And then out of nowhere, Aleister Black hits his, what's his move called? Hits his where did I put it? Hits his Black Mass kick and goes out and up Adam Cole. 1, 2, 3. And the babyface manages to win the match. They started to believe maybe it wasn't going to be possible. Gets revenge and on his grudge match against Adam Cole. Goes over, and the legend of Aleister Black continues. I mean, except for the slight predictability of some of those spots that were to come, this match was just never stopped being exciting. I had to give that an A-. Almost match of the night, if you can believe it. But not quite. As good as this match was, and I think it even got, I guess I should mention now, of course I'll mention later on too, that Nigel McGuinness was hurt. And so this show had a chance to feature Mauro Ranallo a lot. And he was amazing. In fact, he even, at one point he said, "Mamma mia!" The way he said it was, it would make Ash from wrestling shorts so proud, because beautifully done, just the way Ash's over fun announcing is. You got him saying "Mamma mia!" one of the spots in the match. It was fun watching Mauro Ranallo shine as an announcer at the announcer table, and of course the crowd's eating this all up. I should also add, they love both of these guys. Like Adam Cole, they were all cheering with, and of course they're always behind Aleister Black because he's one of their favorite characters. The crowd was really into the show. It was great. And then this match was an A-. And finally, the main event, and I can't say enough about this main event, man. Like I said, this was a work of art. This is the best match I've seen in years. Am I ashamed to say that? I don't know. I can't think of a match that was so much well done every single moment along. this one. It was truly a work of art. In fact, I want to, as I was saying before, make a video of myself reacting to this match as I watch it, because it was just that kind of match that I want to analyze what really made this match so great. Anyways, it was for the NXT Championship of the World. Andrade Cien Almas, the champion, versus Johnny Wrestling Gargano. And of course, even the entrance, man, Andrade Cien Almas, I always trouble saying his name, comes out with the Mexican musicians and the sombreros, and he comes out in the luchador mask, and with, of course, always with Selena Vega, who really turned his career around getting with Selena Vega. That was awesome. Comes out and just pure Mexican, everything about Mexico, the luchadors, the Mexican musicians, just beautiful, the whole entrance. And this is the heel, but of course the champion, so I mean it makes sense to have the champion come with a grandiose entrance. But anyways, he goes into the ring, and then out comes Ciampa, and Ciampa doesn't need any fancy entrance. The crowd just loves Johnny Wrestling, man. He is so ready to go wherever they want to take him, Gargano. And anyways, he comes in the ring, and even right from the entrances, this was just going to be a great match. And right off the bat, beautiful displays of chain wrestling. And we're not talking boring, slow, is this going to get going chain wrestling. This is technical, beautiful work of art wrestling, chain wrestling. Flipping each other around and reversing and working out of holds. And this went on for only about a minute or two, but it never seemed to get slow or boring. It was exciting from the whole time. And then, of course, the match just went going from there. I just can't say enough. Every bit of the match it's like these guys knew exactly what the crowd is going to be thinking at any moment, what they want to see. They knew when to drag something out. They knew when to go back and forth, with the back and forth punching, getting the tension. Constant reversals, constantly psychological, like they're going to outsmart each other, but then the other one realizes what they're trying to do and gets out of the way, and then it backfires, and just constant back and forth reversals. Scientifically well-designed, well-planned wrestling every single minute. It just never seemed to stop. False finishes. The early ones, of course, were not as convincing, but almost every one of the false finishes, you almost for a minute would believe this match could end at this point, and wished it wasn't going to. It was amazing. And then, of course, as the match goes on, it's slowly, it gets to the point, to a high-tension point where Gargano seems to be getting a slight upper hand, and that's when Selena Vega starts interfering a little bit. She, what does she grab? Oh, yeah, right, because Ciampa has a submission hold, Gargano has a submission hold on Almas, and she manages to reach out and grab his hand to break the submission hold. And of course, the ref goes to scold her, and that's when Almas thumbs to the eyes on Gargano, and thinking, there we go, there comes the heel interference that keeps Almas as champion. Of course, he doesn't get any victory. I think he hits some kind of a nice move, doesn't get the 3 count. Still, the match goes on and back and forth. And then at one point, they're just both half dead. Gargano rolls out of the ring to get a quick breath or quick breather. Andrade's in the ring, laying on the ground, and then, of course, Selena Vega distracted the ref enough. She decides she's going to go out and while the ref is attending to Almas, she's going to do her own thing again. Runs around the ring like she's going to attack. She's going to attack Gargano, and out comes. And I guess I didn't mention that they foreshadowed Gargano's wife, Candice LeRae. I believe her name is Candice LeRae. Was in attendance and just been signed, and was one of the newest members of the women's roster, ready to take NXT by storm. She comes out of nowhere and spears. It looked like a spear. I guess it was essentially a spear on Selena Vega, ending her interference. Because a minute ago I should mention, she had done I don't know, what do they call it, a Hurricane Rama thing that flipped Gargano's head into the stairs. So she was starting to get into Gargano's hair, and it looked like she was going to be the reason Almas retained the title. But out comes his wife, LeRae, takes her out with a spear, and she chases her into the crowd, over the railing, or over the barricade, and totally takes her out of the match. And then, so even now, of course, Andrade's got no one to cheat for him, so surely he's going to lose the title now, right? That's the way the story is going to go. no, Gargano hits a couple more beautiful moves. You swear he's got him, and he's going to get the victory. Andrade just will not go away. And then finally, what was the final finisher? Then finally they're out of the ring, both half dead, and out of nowhere, finally Andrade pushes Gargano back first into the ring post, and you can see Gargano takes that hit, or at least he sells it so well that he took that hit that was just really took the life out of him. And then Gargano Ciampa can still, boy, I can't say anything right today. I gotta, almost runs at him and does a flying double knee, driving him against the ring post again. I don't know if you could tell the match was going to end there, but it was starting to look like the life of Gargano was out of him. You still hope, though. People wanted Johnny Wrestling. And I mean, I guess at this point I had been chanting, "Fight forever," and "This is awesome," and Johnny Wrestling. I was just getting into it. I mean, I was chanting, whether the crowd was chanting it or not. I mean, they were. But I didn't care if they were chanting the same thing as I was chanting it. I just found myself getting so into this match. It was always something to chant in this match. It was so exciting. But anyways, this looked like Gargano was out of it. You hoped it wasn't, but almost pulls him into the ring, and with his legs draped on the rope, and does his from the rope DDT, apron DDT, what do they call it, or draped DDT, and pins him, and finally gets the 3 count, retaining the NXT title. The crowd couldn't be disappointed. They were still thrilled after this match. Yeah, you wanted Johnny Wrestling to win this match, but anyone that was going to win this match, you knew deserved it and was a worthy champion, because this match was artwork. And like I said, it's got me all frazzled even trying to talk about it. I can't properly do this match justice just by talking about it. I'm going to have to do a reaction video live during this match, because just to explain how every moment was so perfect and so well done, and they had the audience totally mesmerized, eating out of their hands, and they knew what they were doing every minute they were doing it. I swear, this match was one of the best planned out and psychologically put together matches I've maybe ever seen, or at least one of the best matches I've seen besides Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, and Steamboat and Savage. Maybe that shows my some of the matches I haven't seen. I don't know. I hope it doesn't. But this match, for me, at least at this point, ranks up there with some of the best matches I've ever seen. And I'm pretty sure I gave it an A+. Anyways, if I haven't, it's an A+. Oh, no, I gave it an A, because... No, I gave it it's an A+. I wrote an A down here, but it's an A+. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen. Anyways, the crowd, of course, now comes Selena Vega to celebrate, and her and Almas leave the ring. And then, of course, Gargano's wife... Candice LeRae comes in and to console him, and you can just see these men left everything in the ring, and you can see Gargano is just drained and like, I gave everything I could and I couldn't win the title. Dejected somewhat, but not totally, because the crowd's so chanting, "Thank you, Johnny, thank you, Johnny." And him and his wife go to leave the ring. The crowd's just the whole time, almost like they're almost thinking he could go to the main roster after this, and really he could have after a match like that. And I think I almost would have believed he was on his way to the main roster. But as he gets to the back, he his wife says, you gotta salute the fans again. They're so behind you. And he turns around and he puts his hand up in the air to salute them one more time. And then out comes Tommaso Ciampa with a crutch and whacks him from behind. Ciampa's back, man. He's not 100% because he's still limping and on crutches. But Ciampa out of nowhere, when it already had the thing on the screen showing you that this show was over, and you're ready for this to go off the air, and out comes Ciampa and whacks him with the crutch after all that happened in this match and all that went on for poor Gargano. Then comes Ciampa to add insult to injury, renewing the rivalry just in time for WrestleMania. I hope Ciampa is ready to go. And sorry if I mentioned Ciampa a few times and actually maybe almost foreshadowed it by my slips. Not Freudian, but, my slips of the tongue there. Oh, it was awesome. Just beautifully timed. Out of nowhere. No one expected Ciampa to come back. I'm pretty sure nobody expected it anyways. what can I say? And he doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't do anything. He just has a cold heel look on his face. And Ciampa looks at him and his wife, turns around, and walks out coldly, or limps out coldly with his crutch. And, well, you see Gargano even more beat up and flustered and beat, and his wife sitting there trying to keep him from almost like he's dying. It was beautiful. After all that great match, what an ending to the show. Yeah, and if you want to factor that into the match, and really you should, it was part of the show. I mean, that was an A-plus moment. I mean, that match, from that point, that match started with the first entrance to when the show went off the air. That is A-plus moment for me. That is one of the best things I've ever seen in wrestling. That's why I love professional wrestling as the greatest performance art in the world. Yeah, wow. And then, of course, the show goes off the air, and I'm blown away and flabbergasted by this. Just amazing. The show overall, I gave an A-, because it wasn't the best pay-per-view NXT's put on this year, but those last two matches were so good that even so a few of the earlier matches had some weaknesses, this show was one of the best of the year, and certainly as good as you come to expect from NXT. I haven't seen a non-A show out of NXT, I don't think, in years, and this show did not disappoint. A-, almost could have given it an A, but the pay-per-views that were the best from NXT this year were an A, for me. So I'm going to say A-, just to be fair to those shows. But what an ending, man. And that moment, or that match, final match, I think that's the first A+ I've ever given in the several years I've been reviewing wrestling. So, wow. I can't believe I've already gone 41 minutes, and I haven't even started talking about the Royal Rumble yet. So I better get moving on this, man. But go watch that pay-per-view, man. Definitely go watch that final match, or the final couple of matches even. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. Fight forever. You just didn't want it to end, man. I did not want that match to end until it did. Beautiful. But anyways, the Royal Rumble, finally. And I'm going to have to go through this a little quickly because I don't want this to go an hour. Most of my podcasts and videos are barely half an hour, so this is going to be a long one. Anyways, Royal Rumble, the Cruiserweight match on the kickoff show. Does anybody care these days? Sadly, I tried to make the Cruiserweight division as good as I can by being self-proclaimed Duke of the Cruiserweights, and they just didn't give me anything to work with long term, and I got so bored. And of course, now with Enzo Amore gone, I don't know. But anyways, does anyone really care who's in this match or who wins? I mean, it's going to be fun, it's going to be fast, and it's going to be meaningless. The only prediction worth making in that is that. So, but I actually did check it out. It is the three luchadors, I believe, Lince Dorado, Gran Metalik, and Kalisto. And I know that I think TJP is one of the guys on the other side, but it doesn't matter. It's just a fun match to watch, to get to wet your whistle during the kickoff show and give you something to watch to relieve the monotony of some of the hype talk. So it is what it is. I don't care who wins. Probably the good guys will win. I mean, when you have those three luchadors together, you expect they're going to win a high-flying match somehow. Anyways, then we have the U.S. Championship Open Challenge, and this is going to be really mysterious. Who's Bobby Roode, the glorious Bobby Roode, going to have come out to face him? Because almost everybody who's anybody's in the Royal Rumble. I mean, maybe a member of the Miztourage, some jobber like Curtis Axel or Bo Dallas. He doesn't do that anymore, but I love Bo Dallas, especially when he did that from the Miztourage. But are they not going to be in the Rumble? I don't know. It's really hard to know who's not going to be in the Rumble that'll meet them. You got to think Big Show and maybe even Mark Henry are going to be in the Rumble. It might be their last one, so I don't know who from the main, especially the SmackDown roster, which it really should be if it's going to be for the U.S. title, is going to come out for that match. I'm really at a loss. I mean, I almost thought Aiden English, but he's already set to be in the Rumble too. It could be a guy like I'm just one man. I'm a one-man band. Heath Slater could come out, or Rhino, but they're on the Raw roster. All the people that really should come out for a match, that like Kurt Hawkins. When Kurt Hawkins goes to the store, the products check him out, or goes shopping. The products check him out. But he's on the Raw roster too. Who is worthy on the SmackDown roster of competing in this open challenge for the U.S. title? I don't know. I'm predicting he could be an NXT debut, maybe someone like a Drew McIntyre back. Maybe he'd get his chance at it. But he'd think he'd win if he debuted to get a match like this. Are they going to debut him as the U.S. championship over Bobby Roode, or champion over Bobby Roode? I can't see it. Maybe Roderick Strong. Roddy has been I haven't seen Roddy forever. He wasn't on the show today. I don't know. I don't know who's going to answer the challenge of this match. It's a mystery to me. So, and I expect the glorious Bobby Roode to retain the title anyway. Oh, by the way, I never did mention at the end of NXT. At least we're spending more time on that. They announced some big signings during the show. And that actually is going to be huge potential for the future going into the WrestleMania season. Ricochet and EC3 are now signed to the roster as well. And they were at the TakeOver event. That is really exciting. Ricochet I don't know a lot about, but EC3 was a TNA champion. This guy is going to be big. And he looks evil when you see him, man. He looks like a guy who's going to convince people that this guy, he means business. So that was really exciting. I was glad to see that anyways at the end of or during the show that they showed these big signings. Oh, and also, of course, No Way Jose wasn't on the show either, but he's usually more a sideshow circus kind of material these days anyways. But yeah, it could be Roderick Strong. I doubt it would be someone like a No Way Jose making a main roster debut. I don't really see him on the main roster. Maybe they could bring him on as, some kind of a, like I said, a sideshow guy like Tyler Breeze kind of has become. But yeah, no, I have no idea who's going to be in the U.S. Championship Open Challenge. But the glorious Bobby Roode should be still your United States champion when all is said and done. Anyways, those I know are on the kickoff show. I don't know if there's any other matches on the kickoff show, so I'll treat the rest of the matches as if they're main card. We then have a non-title tag team match, or a match that does not involve a title. The Balor Club, specifically Anderson and Gallows, not with, maybe they'll have Finn Balor with them. I don't know. It's hard to say. We're now putting on a new heel partnership, which is good to see because the Bullet Club, people have been crying for that ever since Anderson and Gallows joined Finn Balor in WWE. Against the Revival, Dash and Dawson finally back, although not exactly in glorious fashion. They come back and really jobbed out at the 25th anniversary show. Anyways, this could be a chance for them to get their revenge, maybe. I suppose. Chance to get, because their payback for having to be so foolish at look so foolish at the 25th anniversary show. But I really don't see them having the Bullet or the Balor Club lose a big match this early in their conception. I'm pretty sure we're going to have Anderson and Gallows winning this. That's all I got to say about that one. And then the rest of the matches are all title matches. First off, we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. The Usos, the champions, versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, getting their rematch from the match they should have won not too long ago. What? I got a feeling Gable and Benjamin should win. I know that they're slightly favored to win this match. And there's no reason why they shouldn't. They're putting on a good show. They're exciting to watch. And we already have Jason Jordan as a champion anyway, so why not have Chad Gable win one too? And Shelton Benjamin deserves one more, glory moment. But what do you do with the Usos after this if they lose this match? I could see the Usos winning because they're really, when they're not champions, they're very entertaining. But what do you do with them? There's always that question of what role they're going to play. I got a feeling if they do lose this match, as maybe slightly predicted, then drop the title, that they would be good opponents for the Bludgeon Brothers leading into WrestleMania, because the Bludgeon Brothers got to stop beating up on people that have no chance against them. They've done their squash matches. Maybe they could have another one or two, but they really got to start facing some serious competition. And the Usos would vault them into the upper echelon. And I don't see them being worthy of a title shot at WrestleMania yet, the Bludgeon Brothers. I think they have some work to do on them still. So yeah, I guess the Usos would be pretty worthy opponents if they drop the title. We'll see what happens, but that's the biggest question in this match, is what to do with the Usos if they lose. But yeah, I could easily see them winning, but I'm predicting Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin to win the titles. Then the Raw Tag Team title, Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan, champs versus The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus. There is slight prediction that Cesaro and Sheamus might regain the tag team title. Really, they should. I think there's better things for Seth Rollins to be doing than be in a tag team championship match going into WrestleMania season. And Jason Jordan, as entertaining as he's been, doesn't need Seth Rollins anymore. He's starting to become a heel on his own right. He's getting more heat than Roman Reigns. I mean, pretty amazing. He doesn't need Seth Rollins anymore. Seth Rollins isn't helping him any. I think it's time to get these guys doing other things anyways. So have them drop the title, have a falling out, and move on. I mean, or maybe they could feud each other one match just to get it over with. Maybe that could be the way that they do at I guess it's the Elimination Chamber for Raw next. That would be a good way for them to go into WrestleMania, and then Seth Rollins could set up something after that. Or maybe they even could face each other at WrestleMania. I mean, someone's got to face Jason Jordan at WrestleMania. So anyways, I see the Bar winning the titles there too. Got to have some title changes this match. And it's certainly not going to be the next two, unless all hell breaks loose. Although, I'm not going to totally overrule this next one. The WWE Championship match, AJ Styles, the phenomenal AJ Styles champion versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a handicap match. AJ Styles should retain. This should just be one of those matches where you wonder if the babyface champion can overcome adversity. But you expect he will, because I can't see why they would not want AJ Styles being champion going into WrestleMania, especially when he's likely to face, as likely as anybody, to face the winner of the Royal Rumble today. But it would be intriguing if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn won the title together. They could even have a double pin to make them not know who won the match for them, and have them go into the champion, with a little bit of tension between them as to who the champion is. I'm the the WWE champion. No, I'm the WWE champion. It's funnier when it was I'm the tag team champion. But anyways, that would be something that would be interesting. And imagine in WrestleMania if you had that tension with the WWE championship. But I don't know if they'd want to water it down and make it that much of a circus act going into WrestleMania, especially against maybe the winner of the Rumble. So I'm not predicting this. It would be fun to watch and enjoyable to see. But if it wasn't WrestleMania, I'd say go for it, man. That would be hilarious and enjoyable to watch. But this is serious, man. This is WrestleMania season. This is WrestleMania season for WrestleMania 34, is it? I think it's 34. Pretty sure I've kept count properly. Anyways, so yeah, I see the phenomenal AJ Styles retaining the WWE Championship here, overcoming the adversity, not upsetting Shane O'Mac, maybe disappointing Daniel Bryan. I don't know. It's hard to know where his loyalties are these days. I love the tension with Shane O'Mac and Daniel Bryan. I just so wish Daniel Bryan could be allowed one more match, because that would be so great to see him against Shane O'Mac at WrestleMania. That would be one of my matches of the entire show. To see Daniel Bryan wrestle one more time in such a match. That would be up there for me to finally see Triple H against his brother-in-law Shane O'Mac, but that'll probably never happen, because I don't know if they could convincingly portray Shane O'Mac as a worthy opponent for someone like Triple H until he's like old and gray and in crutches. But anyway, that's another story. So I predict AJ Styles to be the champion going into WrestleMania, so I expect him to win here. That's all I got to say about that. And finally, the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar in a triple threat match defending the title against Kane and Braun Strowman. Braun! Damn, it would be great if Braun could win the Universal title and if Lesnar could drop it, but it's not going to happen. It shouldn't happen. It's not going to happen. Kane certainly ain't going to win. It's good to give him one last glory moment maybe, but he's not going to happen. Brock Lesnar is going to retain this title because we're going to have him against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. It's almost certain. It's what should happen. It needs to happen. The title needs to pass to Roman Reigns. And if you want to take it off him after that with someone like a Braun Strowman, go right ahead. Braun Strowman will be a great another match for Roman Reigns anyways after Lesnar drops the title. Lesnar's got to drop the title. But it probably shouldn't happen until WrestleMania. Let's just face it. Let's get it out of the way. Let's get the Braun Strowman in the room clear. It's going to be Brock Lesnar retaining the title here. Your Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar, is going to retain the Universal Championship here. It's just the way it is, because the jobber said so. And then we got the Royal Rumbles. They're probably going to split them up. I imagine the Women's Royal Rumble will be early in the show or maybe the beginning of the show. Very early on anyways. Not a lot of people that should win this, but there are a couple of people. And, of course, the favorite, believe it or not, is still Ronda Rousey, even though Ronda Rousey swears she has not officially completed her deal with the WWE and will not be at this event. I think Ronda Rousey is going to be there. We know Asuka's going to be there. We know Nia Jax is going to be there, along with, to get 30 women on the roster, there's going to be NXT women. There's going to be Mae Young Classic women. There's going to be women from history. 30 women is going to be hard to put together. I mean, it was hard to put together. I have no doubts. It is going to be awesome to see which 30 women are in this match. That's going to be the best part. Not even who wins. Ronda Rousey's the favorite. I'm not buying it. Asuka is undefeated. Asuka has to win this Royal Rumble. She has to overcome all adversity. Ronda Rousey's going to come in. It's going to surprise everybody. She's going to be late. One of the late people, maybe number 30. Asuka's going to look like she's going to lose. Ronda Rousey's going to win, and like everyone predicts. By the way, Nia Jax have a very strong performance in this one. She will beat up a lot of women, throw a lot of women out. They're going to need her to really make this match work. But she will finally fall some way. And it might be silliness. It might be a trick. Someone that she hates or that's supposed to like her betraying her. Something's going to happen to get Nia Jax out of there. I tell you, it's going to happen. She will not win. She might be one of the later women. But anyways, late in it, it's going to be Asuka and some other women, and out it's going to come Ronda Rousey, and people are going to swear Ronda Rousey's going to win. It's going to happen. Asuka's going to find a way to take out Ronda Rousey. Asuka is going to win this match, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I think Ronda Rousey will probably, I mean, it only makes sense Ronda Rousey's going to win the title, women's title from Alexa Bliss going into WrestleMania, because I think WrestleMania should be Ronda Rousey versus Asuka. And if anything, that would be the first match Asuka's going to lose, if at all. If she ever loses her undefeated, it should be at WrestleMania, if it's going to be this year at all. That would be an awesome way for it to happen, would be against Ronda Rousey. Maybe Ronda Rousey's going to have a surprise title match against Alexa Bliss at Elimination Chamber, especially if there's going to be a women's Elimination Chamber match. There won't be a lot of other challengers to face her. And of course, if Ronda Rousey's not in that, that's really going to be mysterious for a lot of people. I don't think they'll be surprised that it's going to be that Ronda Rousey's going to come out and find a way to get a match against Alexa Bliss. That's what I predict. I think Alexa Bliss is going to lose the title to Ronda Rousey at Elimination Chamber, and I think it's going to be Asuka winning the Royal Rumble because she cannot lose anything. In fact, she might even win yeah, that's a good point. She can't win Elimination Chamber too, so if she wins, I guess she wins the Royal Rumble. She won't even be in Elimination Chamber, so it'll be someone else's chance to win it. But either way, it's got to be, I believe it should be Ronda Rousey against Asuka at WrestleMania. And if anything, that'll be the one match Asuka loses, or maybe she retains against all odds, retains the title and continues her undefeated streak. But anyway, that's the only predictions I have for the Women's Royal Rumble. Besides, it's going to be great, and it'll be great to see who's all in this, because I can't even barely name, off the top of my head, 30 women wrestlers. That's going to be awesome. And finally, the Royal Rumble match of the men. The main event of the evening, well, actually, some might argue the Universal title matches, but it's too predictable. The Royal Rumble is not. This is the most open field, and the fact that this is one of the least hyped and set up Royal Rumbles in years, you just have no idea who's going to win this. The favorite, believe it or not, is Shinsuke Nakamura, and that would be absolutely awesome if Shinsuke Nakamura came in late, or even not too late, but had a great showing and just took the world by storm and won the Royal Rumble. I would love to see it. I think that would be great to see him against AJ Styles at WrestleMania, and I think that's a match that could easily be the WrestleMania match for AJ Styles one way or another. But I'm not sold on it yet. I think there's more other possibilities, and I think they might swerve fans into thinking it's going to happen. Same thing, Dolph Ziggler has been away for a long time since dropping the U.S. title. A lot of people figure he's going to come in late and shock everybody. I think he will. I would think it would absolutely suck, though, if Dolph won the Rumble, and that would be my biggest disappointment, would be if Dolph Ziggler wins the Rumble. It wouldn't just be I'm upset and you know, pissed off at this. I would be disappointed if Dolph Ziggler, because as good a story as maybe they could make that, it's still Dolph Ziggler. I don't want to see Dolph Ziggler in the championship match at WrestleMania. I just don't. As good as his new shtick is, give him a good match. Don't give him the championship match. Please, WWE, please don't make Dolph Ziggler win the Rumble and face AJ Styles for the championship. Or sorry, AJ Styles for the championship. I just don't want to see that match. Anyways, swerve us. Have fun with it. Don't let him win. Honorable mention of who besides Shinsuke Nakamura, who I would love to see win and I think would be a great story, is another wrestler you guys all know, and his name is John Cena! As unimpressive as John Cena winning another Rumble would be, this would be a great year for it to happen, because I would love to see him finally get that 19th title win out of the way. He's getting older, he's doing other things. When is he going to win this 19th title? And what a better moment for it to happen than at WrestleMania. I would, if any match, besides maybe Shinsuke Nakamura against AJ Styles, love to see John Cena against AJ Styles and see John Cena finally win that 19th championship to finally pass Ric Flair, end his career the way it should end when it does end. This would be the time to do it. Let's do it. Let's get it done. But then that's John Cena winning the Royal Rumble. And I don't know if that's the best thing for the Royal Rumble, but it would no worse than Randy Orton last year. I was really disappointed in that. I was lackluster. But my official pick, and that was my honor. Those are my runner-up. My first runner-up would be John Cena. Second runner-up, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shame if only one of those can win. One of those will win, I think, if my number one pick doesn't. But it'd be a shame, unless they go with the stupid Dolph Ziggler story. And I'm not going to predict that because I don't want that. I don't see it as the good thing. I'm not going to predict it just because it's a likely possibility. I don't want to see it. I'm not going to stoop so low as to predict it. You're going to hate my pick, but I'm going to give this Royal Rumble my number one pick to Roman Reigns, the big dog. Hoo-ah! Yep, I mean, obviously the most likely scenario is Roman Reigns winning Elimination Chamber and having that match stipulation be that the winner faces the Universal Champion. But they could do anything with Elimination Chamber. They don't necessarily have to do that. They could make it some other story besides the winner faces... I'm second-guessing myself now. That still seems like the most likely and useful and best way to sell Elimination Chamber would be to have it be for the winner faces Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. And that has to be Roman Reigns winning that. I don't know. Would they swerve the fans away from that and make the Elimination Chamber less of a good pay-per-view just to have Roman Reigns win the Rumble? Now I'm wavering in that. I really think it's a likely possibility Roman Reigns could win the Royal Rumble and just to piss off the fans and upset them and to build Roman Reigns' controversial... Face it, he's a heel. He's hated. He's hated by many, many people. I love him to death. I think he's one of the greatest wrestlers I've ever seen in terms of the way he sells and the way he performs. Everything about him is epic. The way he does all his things in the ring, he seems to have it. That it factor that a lot of other people don't always have. And I would build his heel hatred. But now I'm second-guessing myself. I don't know. Shinsuke Nakamura winning this, or the person who's going to face AJ Styles, or going to face the winner or face the one who holds the WWE Championship would make the most sense. And that's John Cena. No, I'm actually going to change my pick. John Cena number 1, Roman Reigns number 2. Shinsuke Nakamura number third honorable mention. That is my 3 picks for the Royal Rumble. I'm pretty sure one of those 3 is going to win, and I will be very disappointed because if they don't win, it's going to be Dolph Ziggler. I'm pretty certain of it. So there we go. There's my predictions for the Royal Rumble. Both of the Royal Rumbles. My number 1 picks being Asuka for the Women's Royal Rumble, and I changed my pick. I'm going with John Cena for the Men's Royal Rumble. It's going to upset fans somewhat, not as much as Roman Reigns. Maybe they can have them face off at the end and the fans actually want Cena to win because they don't want Roman Reigns to win. That would be cool. I'd be good with that. But that's what I'm going to go with for my picks. So anyways, that's in a few hours. It's going to be great. Can't wait to see it. Even the lack of hype, Royal Rumble always gets me excited. And this one being such an open field and doubting that Randy Orton's going to win again, which would disappoint me, gets me excited that someone's going to win that I don't expect. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be good, and I hope you enjoy it too. Hope you get a chance to see it. So I'm going to wrap up this very long Royal Rumble weekend special version of Jobbing Out with Daniel Jobber WWE Report, both on my YouTube channel And on the Backbreaker Media as a special, this will be a special bonus edition, I guess you'll call it, or bonus episode. But I'm hoping this is going to be my regular thing, the WWE Report, trying to do it weekly, or at least bi-weekly, depending on how WWE progresses. If it gets really dull, maybe there isn't enough to tell on a weekly basis, but I'd like to do it weekly. But anyways, very long edition, and I'm finally going to wrap it up. So again, I'm Danimal, Daniel Jobber, the D-Job, Edmonton's own. You can follow me on Twitter at Daniel Jobber, capital D, capital J, and I hope you do. We follow me on Instagram, actually, on Danimal, Daniel Jobber, all lowercase letters, because I'm awesome on Instagram. Do lots of short little quips here and there, and funny stuff, and commentary on events like the Royal Rumble and on Raw and all the things. That's where I do most of my social media nowadays, is on Instagram, because I love the medium it provides. 1-minute videos, pictures, commentary, always something visual, never just a comment that can be overlooked like on Twitter. Hope you go to my website, DanimalDanielJobber.ca. That's DanimalDanielJobber.ca. Check out all my normal fun stuff. Haven't posted a lot lately, I gotta be honest, although I do put important stuff on it, stuff that is special to me. And of course I have a musical side of myself that I post there on my music pages. But the most important reason to go there is if you want to support me. Because there you can leave comments on Discus. Sign up for Discus and leave comments. I hope you do. Love to hear from you. I want to hear what you have to say. Of course, tweeting me and Instagram, I welcome your feedback there as well. But Discus seems to have a bigger longevity factor to it, that I can see who's following and watching and what we have to say. Your comments will last a lot longer. Other people will see them. So I encourage you to use the Discus forum. It's a great forum to communicate with people who have websites. Also, you can donate if you want to help me out. Or you don't have to donate. Buy merchandise, man. The Jobber Champion, my Proud I Enjoy Jobber Champion merchandise, including this hoodie. There's T-shirts. There's sizes and styles for women and children and baby onesies, all with my Pride and Joy, the Jobber Champion logo on it, all on courtesy of whatamaneuver.net. And of course, you can also use the link that takes you to whatamaneuver.net to find merchandise from Backbreaker Media as well, like the refs stuff, the stuff from the Sound of Struggle podcast, which I'll mention more in a moment. The link will take you there as well. But if you go to my page, my website, DanimalDanielJobber.ca, and look at the top, you'll see the Jobber Merchandise tab. Click on it, and it'll take you to the link that allows you to get great merchandise. Better make sure I'm still plugged in. Great merchandise like this. I love this hoodie, man. It's a bunny. We call it bunny hugs where I come from. If you don't want to call it a hoodie, I love it. My Pride and Joy, man. Anyways, buy one of these, support me, wear it proudly. Post a picture or video of yourself wearing it, and I promise I will share it to the nines to promote you, to say thanks and show how much I appreciate people who support me and follow me and just believe in what I love to do. And I don't get paid for this. I do this freely for the love of the game, the love of wrestling. I think I've yet to make a penny from anything I've ever done. So, so yeah, if you want to support me, that's a great way to do so. And it all starts on DanimalDanielJobber.ca, my website. Anyways, finally, if you want to just send me an email, great. DanimalDanielJobber@gmail.com is open for your email pleasure. So anyways, that's me. And I also hope you will take the time to follow Backbreaker Media, because I'm very proud of what Mike the Ref is doing over at Backbreaker Media. It's at Twitter. You can start by following them at Backbreaker Medi, which is a capital B on Backbreaker and M on Medi, capital M on Medi. Or you can just follow Mike the Ref, at Mike the Ref EDM on Twitter. And make sure you like and thumbs up everything you see. Mike's got great content like the blown call and quick calls, content for like CWC Evolution, and of course the Sound of Struggle podcast with Trish Parrish, Maniac, sometimes their partner Sean Martins. They are always entertaining, man. They're awesome. Chris Parrish, man, he knows his sports of every type. He knows local sports, especially if you like to follow the Oilers and that kind of thing. He knows his stuff. He's always great to talk with about sports and wrestling. Encourage you to get to know the guy. He's a heel when he wrestles, and yeah, he'll beat you up social media every now and again. Love that about him, but the guy knows his stuff and he backs it up, and he's smart, and he's enjoyable to listen to on his podcast. So, Sound of Struggle podcast. A1 in my book. Check it out and move with them, just move with them, just move with them. I love it when I do that, and they probably hate it when I do that. Anyways, that's Backbreaker Media. And subscribe, because Mike the Ref's got a lot of exclusive content he's putting on to subscribe members. It's not very expensive. You're going to have wrestling content from around North America, is my understanding. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next. Mike the Ref has got some really good things, exciting stuff happening with Backbreaker Media. That's why I'm proudly affiliated with Mike the Ref and all the stuff he's doing. So check us out. Buy merchandise from whatamaneuver.net. Of course, there's a page for Backbreaker Media there, and of course a sublink to the Jobber Champion merchandise there as well. But of course, you can always go to danimal.jobber.ca, and I hope you do and use the link there, because it's easy and you can remember it. Because you remember me, Danimal, Daniel Jobber, the Emden area's own D-Job. And I'm proud to bring you my new series, The Jobbing Out with Daniel Jobber, WWE Report, courtesy of Backbreaker Media. Enjoy the Royal Rumble. Look forward to talking to you in the future. Jobber out!
Time to do the job. Time to do the job! Behold the jobber of jobbers, Daniel Jobber.